I don't actually think that the music industry is any more sexist than the science industry, which has a huge problem with engineers. Again, whoever said Catherine engineer, I was thinking, are you saying music engineer or just engineer? I mean, these inequalities are in our society.
Yeah, and you can't blame music for it.
And I'm just bringing this up because the thing about, you've had Haim and you've got these, they will go where the money is. They looked for an Adele, not because she was a woman. They looked for another Adele because Adele sold a lot.
Yeah.
And just as we had a period with Franz Ferdinand and a load of those kind of bands, they looked for those. Every record label wanted one of those and milk it until that goes out of fashion, and then we'll milk the next thing that's cool. And the other, because we're talking a lot about guitar bands, but hip hop is another huge area where women are a minority group for sure. But yeah, I think it's about money. I think, and that's everyone in the chain. We had all these statistics recently, and there was an article about how many women are headlining or high up in festival bills. We had a big thing when Beyonce was the first woman to headline Glastonbury stage last year, which sort of seems inconceivable. She really made a big point about that, which I thought was great. But it sort of seemed slightly strange again because the illusion is there are lots of big female stars, and yet none of them had ever headlined. So I think it's about money, and I think it's important to remember that in this discussion because they're just looking for the bottom line.
The issue of only having had Beyonce headline Glastonbury isn't a money one, though, because there's been loads and loads of women who've made as much money as Beyonce and haven't headlined Glastonbury. So that is a choice.
Yeah.
Somebody every year has made a choice about the headliners, and they have not picked women. No. So why have they made that decision? That's not money.
No, I'm literally talking about when they're signing, when they're on the hunt.
Absolutely.
They're on the hunt to reproduce a success.
But also, then you've got to wonder what makes a success. Is it that we pick these certain kind of archetypes that go in and out of fashion, say the singer-songwriter, lady, and the boy band? Or is it the marketing that goes behind it, the machine behind it, that? Because otherwise, anybody could have picked an Adele and it could have just been successful. It does also matter who you pick to put investment in and time into. Yeah. And again, that's a choice.
And I think
because artists don't always arrive at the label fully formed. It's making that investment in them.
Who's kind of developing artists or nurturing artists and different types of artists?
I think it goes back to the cover issue. If we put a black model on the cover, it won't sell. It goes back to we don't really sell guitar bands with girls, so we won't spend quite as much money in marketing. So, yeah, they think the consumer. I mean, they also think the consumer is dumb. Yeah. I mean, this goes for art in general. So so the public is always underestimated. But so that's what I'm saying. It's about money. How much money goes behind an artist? Irrelevant of your gender, they will push you if they think you're going to do well, and then gender will come into play in that. So, yeah, I'm just saying we need to also take that on board, that this is an industry, that those people are looking to make as much money as possible, and that's why you have these sort of Simon Cowell type figures, that they don't care if it's Little Mix or One Direction. Yeah. They're looking for the buck. I mean, they don't care which it is.
But they're also the only people in a position to take a real risk, aren't they? And to try something new and see how an audience or the consumer reacts. It's almost like we could talk about that forever, but none of us, unfortunately, are in the position to put somebody unusual on The Voice or something.
Yeah.